Welcome to Tuber Chat. If you have less than 10,000 subscribers, then you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Thank you everybody for coming so early. And pardon me, the first channel that we're looking at today is Real Ralph and Mekaboo. This is a relatively new member of the Tuber Chat community. They came to us just a few short weeks ago, but have already shown impact and generosity within our community, and that's the reason why we feature channels every single day. We do that across all of our social networks, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and on the thumbnails of our videos, as you have seen. I'm going to get to my introductions in a second here. I'm just looking through the chat and making sure we get a few people added to the wheel right away. And then as we need names, I'll grab them from our list. So welcome all things Miss Tanita. Good to have you back. Black Girl TT, great to have you here. I think I caught Black Girl TT for the first time on a live stream. She's been with us for quite some time now, and I just caught a live stream the other day, but it's good to have you here. Corinne's Life is always here as a member and a moderator, as is my love Kristen Walton. Gareth Lynch, Deserted Place in Scotland, good to see you here. Mac and Cheese is back in the house, thank you for coming in. Mark McEwen, good to see you here, a very supportive and loyal and dedicated supporter, and Mark McEwen there. And two of the most supportive creators on all of YouTube, Michael's Adventures and Scratch and PPA, are always here as our dedicated moderators. MSK Family Vlogs is in the house. I'm going to get you onto the wheel right away. That's a dynamic family of creators. And we have Push and Boost back in the house for the second time. Thank you for coming back. Myrtle Plays is here. Miss Brown's Family, the second channel from Cooking with Miss Brown. And Sonia and Cheeto are back in the house. Our featured channel, Real Ralph and Mekaboo, are here with us. So hopefully everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. As well as the Duffus family is back in the house. The How-To Lady is here. Urbex Paranormal and More is a silver member, so we've got them on the wheel right away. And Vegan Realist, it's always good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Nagaka Shiyuki Society, thank you for coming back in. It's good to see you here again, and hopefully everybody's already doing well, meeting new friends and family members. Real Ralph and Mekaboo has 575 subscribers, so they're doing just great, and I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They're already more than halfway on the road to the magical 1K. That's an important part of all of our lives, but we can push them a little bit closer to the 600 that they're thinking about right now. So thank you once again everybody for coming in so early. If you have the ability to share the stream, whether it's on your community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, then I'll appreciate that greatly. It really does help the stream, helps us get more people in here, and it's wonderful for the algorithm, as you can imagine. And if you haven't already given a thumbs up, those really do help the stream as well. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up while you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know it takes a moment because you got to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It's very quick and it really does help. So if you haven't already given a thumbs up, I'll appreciate those as well. Mo6510 Models, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. That's a channel that's just experiencing spectacular growth right now. Definitely a channel to be watched. And then, other than that, hopefully everybody's doing okay. If you've mentioned a question or a comment that you meant for me to see, just please mention it. Again, I tend to fall behind, especially while we're just starting out. Mention it with 3 thumbs up at the beginning of the message. Hopefully it will help me see it a little bit early, or a little bit easier the second time around, and I will appreciate it. The How-To Lady, thank you so much for the thumbs up. And if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, then please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually. So we're going to get right to spinning the wheel. And we'll get our first channel up for today. But I want to mention just one more time, Real Ralph and Mekaboo is our featured channel. And like I said, we feature a different channel every single day on Tuber Chat based on generosity and or impact that I see within the community. and for that reason they were featured today. So once again, they're approaching 600 subscribers with 575 today. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther, maybe even to 580 or so, and get that 600 on the horizon for them. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Thrill Seeks, I think, just came in too. Am I right about that? Yes, there you are. Oh, in the background, but that's okay. Pardon me. We have got Norfolk Dash Cam coming up first for today, and then I'm going to get Thrill Seeks onto the wheel. Norfolk Dash Cam is a gold member, so they get the guaranteed feature that I talk about all the time here on Tuber Chat, with the slides that we play at the beginning, middle, and end of the live stream, as well as their link will be dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so, as we will soon see. And other than that, we look like we're doing okay. Norfolk Dash Cam has 727 subscribers, so they're doing just great. They're well on their way towards 800, and I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer to that today. I should take a minute to remind everybody. So now we're on episode number 180 of Tuber Chat. And thank you, Khalid Delicious Food, for coming in. And within the next 5 weeks or so, we will end up coming around to 2 milestones for Tuber Chat. One of those will be episode number 200, where we will have a very special live stream that day. I'll be joined by my dear friend Vern's Junk Closet, as I was for episode 100, and we will go over probably a 2-hour conversation of tips, tricks, and different things that we've learned in the last 100 episodes worth of Tuber Chat. And then as well, the 1-year anniversary will be right around the same time. We started live streaming last May. So there's much to look forward to. Hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Mr. Lion Gaming, welcome. Hopefully you will meet lots of friends and family members here. I'm just going to ask you for a quick favor to have a look at our video description, because it describes how everything works here so that you can maximize your time. Everybody has the chance to be on the list, and everybody will eventually likely get their channel on the screen. I know not everybody can stay for an entire 2-hour live stream, and our list is run by a robot called Bottissimo here. I'll try refreshing and see if it's ready to start calculating names. What happens here is it keeps track of not only how long you're here, but how active you are in the chat, how much you're interacting with everybody else. And then what happens is when I need names for the wheel, I look over at my Bottissimo list and then I start adding. So as long as your name is still here, you'll be added to the wheel, and eventually when your name comes up, we'll put your channel up on the screen as well. The Adventures of Andrew and Ree is here. Thanks for coming in. Deborah Fitty Spirit Orbs, good to have you back. Life Through Our Eyes 303 is here. And I thought I missed another channel. Nocturnal Nation, I don't think I welcomed you, but I know you've been here for a few minutes. And I think we're doing okay. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. As long as you're still active, I'll get around to everybody. But let's get a couple more of these channels onto the wheel. Life Through Our Eyes. This is Carla, and she is an extremely generous creator who allows people to connect in her live streams the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. And as well, we saw the Adventures of Andrew and Ree. So let's spin one more time. We'll get another channel up here and see what's happening. Lux Collection 85, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I don't know if Bottissimo is working perfectly today again. supposed to be welcoming new channels into the chat. It's just a robot that we have, and it doesn't seem to have been working perfectly the last couple of days. But that's okay. This is the reason why I run so many robots through the chat. We have Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and Botissimo, so that if one is not working, we can get another one to pick up the slack. So we're good as long as Stream Elements is dropping our links as it needs to, and Nightbot will probably show up in the next 15 minutes or so. We'll be good to go. Again, this is Carla from Life Through Our Eyes 303. She's a dear, dear friend to Tuber Chat and has been with us for many, 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 many months. One of the first channels to be featured on Tuber Chat last summer. And like I said, this is a generous creator. She allows people to connect in her live streams the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat as well. She does the featured channels collaboration here that you can see at the bottom of her front page. And when you feature channels on your front page like that, you are saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they are saying to the YouTube algorithm and to their audience that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audiences and on the YouTube algorithm. So I recommend it for anybody that's willing to do it. And if you have featured Tuber Chat on your front page, please just make sure that I know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that. I see that Jack Dawson has walked into the chat again, blazing with generosity. So thank you so much for your super chat. And I was mistaken, Botissimo is working just fine. So thank you, Jack Dawson, for that super chat again. I will make sure that your channel is the next one that we look at before we start spinning the wheel again. And B Savage is back in the house. Thank you for coming back in. And then, yeah, there are, B Savage, there are a lot of creators who have channels together that are couples. Many. So Real Ralph and Mechaboo are here. The Adventures of Andrew and Ree, I believe, as well. And then, you know, there's lots that come to mind. Mr. and Mrs. Annabalo, Mr. B and I. Lots and lots and lots of channels like that. A lot of family channels. MSK Family Vlogs is an entire family of creators. The Hoops Family Network, of course. Even Corinne's life is focused both on herself and her partner, which is very, very cool. Antoinette at Fun, thank you for coming in. Great to see you here. Let me get your channel onto the wheel. And let's get Jack Dawson up here right now. I'm hoping we can push Life Through Our Eyes 303 a little bit farther. She's on the road to 1400 right now. Now, when I look for Jack Dawson, I always type in Jack Dawson MLB The Show. And the reason why is because the name Jack Dawson, because of the Titanic movie, is so unbelievably popular on the internet and on YouTube. So we need to type in a little something extra to make sure we get the right channel here. You want to match the avatar always. So I type in MLB The Show because that's one of the video games that I know that Jack Dawson plays in his live streams. He does play a variety, actually, including Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, and many others. And what you'll find is that Jack Dawson does a fantastic job, first of all, of the gameplay. He knows all his games very well, but commentates so that everybody in the chat understands what's happening at the same time, and then keeps up with the conversation in the chat much better than even somebody like I do. So it's impressive to see, and I know you'll have a good time hanging out with Jack Dawson when you're there. He's a fantastic commentator. So thank you again, one more time, Jack Dawson, for your super chat. He's got 1,650 or so subscribers. Hopefully we'll push him a little bit farther towards the 1,700 that we know he's thinking about right now. Khalid Delicious Food, thank you for the trillion thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. Kitty Mom Adventures is in the house. That's our dear, dear friend Kitty Mom Crochet with a slight name change. So I've got you onto the wheel right away as well. Washington County News Station, Utah. Thank you for coming in. Oh, what's that? Deleted all your content. No longer doing any live streams. I'd love to talk to you maybe on Instagram offline and just see what's up, if there's anything that you'd love to share, I'd be happy to hear it. Washington County News Station, Utah has been a friend of Tuber Chat for quite some time, and I've actually had a pleasure hanging out on a handful of his live streams as well. So it's my pleasure always. I will reach out to you on Instagram and follow up. Tiffany wears t-shirts. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're doing well. And let's spin the wheel. Let's get another channel up. One more time, Jack Dawson, thank you so much for that super chat. You've knocked a little bit of more life off of our stream boss, Corinne's life. And we're right down to the wire now with that. Kitty Mom's Adventures is coming up right now. Like I said, this is a dear friend of ours. This is Kitty Mom Crochet, and with a slight name change now, and I'm assuming it's just because she does so much more than crochet on her channel, and now the name kind of envelops that. But that's an assumption. ASMR with Princess, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. As you can see, Kitty Mom Adventures does the featured channels collaboration that I was just talking about a few minutes ago, and then as well I did a interview with her just not quite 2 weeks ago, and I always have trouble finding it, but it's around here somewhere, and it's also featured on our front page. So if you wanted to see that, it's a 4-hour conversation that we had about YouTube. And I won't spend too much time. Here it is, right here. Oh, it says a week ago, but it's a little bit longer, but that's fine. And like I said, you can find that video on her page or on our front page as well. So that was a good time, and we talked about some tips and tricks and dealing with trolls and stuff like that. Justin Mellows Music and Vlogs, good to see you here. That's another creator with thousands of subscribers. We will have a look at that channel at some point, I'm sure. But for now, oh, did I see Sparkle's Hope Chest as well? Yes, thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. As long as you're still active, I should get around to everybody. If you've mentioned a question or a comment that you meant for me to see and I missed it, just please be patient with me. I tend to fall behind. Mention it again and put 3 thumbs up at the beginning of the message if you don't mind. Hopefully it will help me see it a little bit easier, and I'll catch it the next time around. Now we're going to look at Corinne's life. She's always in the chat as a member and a moderator. She has got a few channels now, and I'm always happy to see creators expanding into different ventures. So you'll see that we've got Corinne's life here. We've got a couple of other channels that I'm going to have to get familiar with, and then we've got Makeup with Corinne as well. And she's already fully monetized, got her memberships going. She's a generous creator in that she allows people to connect in her live streams the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat, as well as she swaps playlists with creators, even though she's monetized, and she does the featured channels collaboration that I keep talking about on all of her channels. So if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, then please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Have I missed a channel that came in? I see somebody reaching out to Pet and D. Or is that one of our creators behind a channel that we've already got? Big Chains Music, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house, and everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then, other than that, looks like we're doing good. Black Girl TT's willing to swap playlists. Did I say, did I welcome Vegan Realist earlier today? I know they were here. I think I did. I hope they're still here. They tend to come in and out, but Vegan Realist also is, you know, getting close to 10K. I haven't looked actually in the last week or so. I've been lucky to catch them on many different live streams, but they're just doing spectacularly. Oh, Sparkle's host chest. I should have known. Okay, thank you, Kitty Mom Adventures. Fanatic Guide is back in the house. Good to have you back with us again. Corinne's Life has 1,160 or so subscribers. I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther and get her rolling towards the 1,200 that she's thinking about. And on her Makeup with Corinne channel, she has 62 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther as well. We know that when people have less than 100, the struggle to the first 100 is the hardest, just because of the way that YouTube has been purging over the last 6 months. So we want to do everything we can for creators while we're connecting with them all the time. And if they have less than 100, maybe just take an extra step or two, a couple more videos, a couple more comments, maybe even a comment on the discussion tab, and that will really help. Let us see what's going on now with MSK Family Vlogs. Like I said, this is a dynamic family of creators, and they've been with us here on Tuber Chat for quite some time. They got a premiere that's actually rolling right now, but that's okay. So MSK Family Vlogs has 1,140 or so. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther as well, and get them rolling towards the 1,200 that they're thinking about. I've had the pleasure of hanging out with them both on videos and live streams, so hopefully you will get that chance as well. Let's get Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More onto our wheel. And we will spin in another second. I'm going to get you to pardon me for a moment, and I'll be right back. And thank you, Scratch and Pete PA, for reminding everybody to like and share. If you do have the ability to share the stream out, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, I'll appreciate it. It really does help the stream. And then if anybody hasn't yet given a thumbs up, those really do help as well. Mark McEwen is taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back, which we all seem to do. If you ask Michael's Adventures, he has a different way of describing that. But the struggle is real, you know, ever since YouTube especially has been purging so aggressively and so frequently since last September. It's been a bit of a struggle for everyone. Mumjoy, we're going to get you onto the wheel right away. And Kristen Walton is here as a member and a moderator. This is my love. We live together in Southern Ontario, close to Niagara Falls. And she's got her own channel doing her own thing. And she's got a lot of variety on her channel, including lifestyle videos, some collaborations with other YouTubers in some live streams, and then as well she's having some a lot of unboxing videos, and having some success with shorts. As a matter of fact, as you can see here, we've got a couple. One's got 28,000, another with 19,000, and another couple that are doing great as well. One of the things that she just did the other day, March 26th every year is Purple Day. It's a worldwide recognized day in support of people living with and affected by epilepsy. And a lot of landmarks around the world are colored in purple to celebrate that day. So Kristen went down to Niagara Falls. We actually, you know, a few of us did with her, but she kind of showed off exactly what was happening and talked a little bit about that in her latest video. So you can see that when you visit her channel. She's got 1,260 or so subscribers. Hopefully we can push her a little bit farther towards the 1,300 that she's thinking about. And then Antoinette at Fun, you lost 7 overnight. That makes sense for some people. Unfortunately, that's an extreme amount. So one of the things that you want to be mindful of, it's very important that we are always doing as much as we can to support other creators while we're connecting. And that means following the full procedure, watching a full video of at least 3 minutes long, leaving a long, meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the video, giving a thumbs up, subscribing, turning the notification bell on, and then consider adding even another couple of videos into your watch later list to run later, and leaving a comment on the discussion tab for anybody under 1,000 subscribers. here's the thing. If both parties don't follow the full procedure, it's very possible for YouTube to knock the connections out. And that can go anywhere from watching videos that are not long enough to leaving comments that are not good enough. You don't want to be saying like new friend from Tuber Chat, because you could imagine hundreds of people would be doing that. It would be counted as spam. And you don't want to say nice one or great vid or new fam here, or any of that stuff. It's got to be a long, genuine, meaningful comment. I recommend 2 to 3, even 4 sentences. Think about it this way. We always want to give much more than we expect to receive. So the kind of comments that you wish people would leave on your videos, you should be leaving for them. And even better, to be honest with you, in my opinion. However many videos, likes, comments, and all that thing you want people to be giving you, you want to be doing that much or more for them. Michael and Paula, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Always good to see you here. Somebody just mentioned Just Vlogging Life. Did they come in and I missed them? I'm not certain. I didn't see them come in, but that's okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, Bautissimo's starting to pick up the pace a little bit here. I've got to adjust our Nightbot, actually, though. I see that. In the month of February, you lost 7. Antoinette at Fun. Yeah, it can be extreme. One of the other, so there's a couple other things to think about. I'll talk about Thrill Seeks for a quick second, and then we'll spin and we'll get on to the next one. Northern Mustangs, good to have you back in the chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Great to have you here. MSK Family Vlogs is willing to swap playlists. Thrill Seeks has 867 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push David a little bit farther towards maybe even 870 or so, a little closer to the 900 that he's thinking about, and he will be officially on the road to 1K. I'll spin, we'll get another channel up here. So a couple of the other things that you want to think about while you're connecting with people. When you see a new channel, whether it's here in Tuber Chat or in any other growth streams, there are hundreds of growth streams, maybe even thousands. If you see somebody brand new, my suggestion is to get a conversation started, or at least watch how they interact with other people before you connect with them. If you jump right on everybody that's brand new, you will be connecting with some people who will not be following the procedure because they haven't been in long enough to understand. A lot of times people will come to Tuber Chat, say one thing and leave right away because they don't like it. They either don't like the look of it, or they haven't seen this before, or you know, a lot of people will be upset because I don't give everybody blue jackets and wrenches and you know, all that other stuff. But here we're focused on relationships, right? So while you're out in other places connecting, just be mindful of the mentality of the community. There are a lot of other great growth streams out there. There are a lot of friends here in Tuber Chat that allow people to connect in their live streams the same way that we do here, where we're focused on the relationship and supporting each other long term. But if you get into a situation where you're connecting with people that you haven't really checked out and they're interested only in pumping their subscribers numbers up, then it will make a lot of sense to have a lot of connections drop, you know, and that's on top of not following the full procedure. So it's a thought. Just Vlogging Life may not be here. I didn't see them in the chat. I thought I saw somebody mentioning them, so maybe I'm wrong. I could have been wrong about that. I have a really hard time following the chat. I'm looking at it off in another window. Taz 2003, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. And Tiffany wears t-shirts. I don't know if that was meant for me or for everybody. Stay hydrated. Yes. I seem to always be dehydrated these days. I got bad allergies, and in our area, we're going from extreme warmth to extreme cold lately. It gets almost to summer weather some days and then gets back down to freezing. It's not unreasonable for us to see a 20 to 25 degree change in temperature in a 24-hour period. So plays havoc on all of our allergies, those of us who suffer from that. And I think that's a part of what has been up with my voice for the last couple of weeks. And then Taz 2003, let me just get this. All right, hopefully that will help. Many new names. Yes, Northern Mustangs. That's why I moved the times of the live streams around. It seems to really make sure that we get about 20 to 30% of the channels that come through Tuber Chat every day are new to us, which is fantastic, right? And then thank you, Khalid Delicious Food. Yes, reminding everybody to thumbs up. John H. Shelton, thank you for coming in. That's an extremely generous creator who does a lot of sharing. And just as I'm saying that, I see you're also sharing. House of X Entertainment Inc., good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. So you see, like, for instance, right? Sometimes we have a brand new channel that will come into Tuber Chat. If they have not read the description, if they have not listened to what I have to say, which is fine. Lots of creators put the volume off or on mute and stuff like that. We know that already. But if they're not familiar and don't understand the importance of following the procedure, you might find yourself connecting with somebody who you're guaranteed to lose the connection with afterwards. We don't want that for anybody. So that's why I put so much focus on starting a connection, starting a conversation with somebody before connecting, so that you can kind of feel them out, get an idea of where they're at, not to mention scope out their conversations in the chat, see where they are. Question above. I did not see it, but thank you, Northern Mustangs. Hashtags and videos. Where do we place them? In description or title? How many, please and thank you. Yes. So hashtags are something that was recently added. It's only been there for a few months in YouTube. And what happens is the first 3 that you put in any video show up right under the title when somebody's looking at it, depending on where they're looking. Those can really help, because you can imagine with Sam's Vlogs Trains and More here, if somebody was looking for trains and he had the hashtag trains, now you can just click that and find all kinds of videos with trains in their within the content. So hashtags can really help. So you can put them in the title or description. I recommend putting them in the description, and they can go anywhere. I put mine at the very bottom because it doesn't matter. One of the things you have to be very mindful of is you can only put 15. If you put more than 15 hashtags anywhere in your description or title, altogether 15, YouTube may ignore all of them. So it's very important to make sure that you follow that. You'll notice the Tuber Chat will have 14 for that reason, because if I ever update something and make a mistake and put an extra one in there, I know I'm still safe, but I do want to max it out. So my recommendation is 14 hashtags, but that's an excellent question, and thank you for bringing that up. It's something I don't talk about often. And Taz 2003, very cool. Again, please just read our video description. Here in Tuber Chat, you'll find the best success by supporting others, by following their channels, watching their videos, giving them comments as to our procedure, and then they will come back and do the same thing for you, and you will have lots of people looking at supporting your content, even if they weren't into gaming in the first place. House of X Entertainment Inc. is coming up now. I'm hoping we can push Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More a little bit farther on the road towards 1,200. Thank you, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, for your super chat. And that makes you our brand new stream boss for today. So thank you again. Forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. If anybody else mentioned a question or a comment that you meant for me to see, just please mention it again. I'll appreciate your patience. Put 3 thumbs up at the beginning of the message, and I will keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it a little bit easier on the next time around. And then Taz 2003 happens to be French, so their videos are in English and French, which is very cool. Cassie from Oracles and Beyond, it's always great to see you in the chat. Thank you for coming in. Mia's True Phases, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time. Kitty Scarecat, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I believe you've been with us before, but it's just been a long time. I hope I'm not wrong about that, but that's okay. And then as well, Taz 2003. So here we don't do a lot of self-promotion either. Like if you just keep broadcasting, I do a lot of gaming and I do a lot of gaming and I do a lot of gaming. People won't come to your channel for that reason, because people aren't here looking for content. They're here looking for friendships. And they will support each other, not based on the content that they find. So it's not just gamers supporting gamers. Here we have everybody supporting everybody. And if what we're doing here in Tuber Chat is something that you'd like for your channel, you'll find yourself being supported by lots of other creators, regardless of your content, and you might find yourself enjoying some new content that you wouldn't have otherwise looked for. And you will soon be learning Ukrainian. Very, very cool. Or you're learning Ukrainian, so you'll soon be adding that as well. Very, very cool. And thank you, Kitty Scarecat. It's good to have you back. House of X Entertainment Inc. is a joint business venture between Yo, It's Your Boy Leo, and It's Me Wanston, Yes Honey. They have been with Tuber Chat since the very beginning. They've been connected to me for over a year now. They're right here on their featured channels list that I talk about all the time. They've got a lot of familiar faces here, members of the Tuber Chat community. As a matter of fact, all three of these are members on the Tuber Chat community. Brown Girl Bella, Eve Belize, and Walk With Me Tiffany. Yo, It's Your Boy Leo can be found right here. It's Me Wanston, Yes Honey. They both have monetized channels. And then as well, this is a joint business channel for both of them. I haven't seen Mariska for a little while, Northern Mustangs, in Tuber Chat, but she is a moderator here, so I'm sure we'll see her as soon as she can get in here. Our time zones are very different, right? She's off in the UK, and we are here in North America. Our time zone is New York time, so it's about noon for us right now. Why can't, yeah. I don't think that, my guess is that Taz 2003 didn't mean that as negative. I think they meant they don't care as in, they don't, oh no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. We'll just handle that. Unfortunately, Taz 2003, I don't think that what we're doing here is something that you're enjoying. But if you will, read our video description, then you will be able to let me know if I'm wrong about that. Like I said, Tuber Chat is not for everybody, but that's unfortunate. Recommended to go back and add hashtags to older posted videos? Yes, absolutely, Northern Mustangs, and thank you for the question. As a matter of fact, I believe that everybody should go back over your older videos, adjust your titles, descriptions, tags, hashtags, even the thumbnail can be updated. You can really bring new life to older videos, especially if you're producing things that might be considered evergreen content, stuff that people can enjoy over and over and over again. YouTube does a great job of telling you where the best search terms are for you that you can add into your tags as well. That's found on the Reach tab, the purple one of your YouTube Studio Analytics, especially when you're on a computer. It's easy to find in the bottom right corner. It tells you the search terms. If you haven't already got those in your tags, I recommend everybody max out your description, max out your tags, and add hashtags as well. It all helps. Rejig your titles for things that you think might improve. There's always some things that we don't think about, right? The analytics always tell a story, and you're not always looking for what you're doing wrong to correct it. You're also sometimes looking for what you're doing right so that you can duplicate that success. And then, yes, the how-to lady, great boy. Oh, Billy Rank, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. It's good to have you back in the chat. And other than that, hopefully everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. All things Miss Danita. I'm not sure if I welcomed you earlier. but I want to, I'd rather make the mistake of doing it twice than not doing it, of course. We're going to look at Artfully Blind with Diana, and hopefully we'll push House of X Entertainment Inc. closer to 360 or so. They're getting close to 400 now. Artfully Blind with Diana has just over 3,000 subscribers. She's got it nice and locked in, so we'd love to get her rolling on that road to 3,100 that we know she's thinking about, and 4,000 will be on the horizon for her. She is a dynamic creator, and you know, whenever we see channels over 3,000, I usually say there's much to be learned from this creator as well as entertained and inspired by. And then my pleasure, yeah, Northern Mustangs, I'm sorry for all the things I miss in the chat. I don't mean to, but I try to improve like everybody does in many ways. You know, you'll see a lot of times on television shows and things like that, people will say, oh, I learned a lot about myself. I know I'm not great at keeping up with the chat. I'm terrible at it all the time, but I try. And then if you don't mind just giving me a little bit of a help by putting 3 thumbs up at the beginning of anything that you need me to see, like a question or a comment, then hopefully that will help. But I appreciate it. And I appreciate your questions too, because you've asked a couple of things that I don't talk enough about. Episode 200 of Tuber Chat will be coming up in the next 5 weeks or so, where Vern's Junk Closet will join me for another 2-hour conversation, likely about tips and tricks like we did for episode 100, and we will probably get into hashtags and stuff like that. Of course, we'll take questions from the chat and we'll discuss all of that stuff. She enjoys changing her or sharing her information the same as I do. I am Silius. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Good to see you here. Life with Adrienne XO. It's always great to see you as well. That is Adrienne Villanueva Vlogs, back with a name change from quite some time ago, but she's been a dear friend of Tuber Chat for quite some time. And then, other than that, hopefully everybody's doing okay. Meeting new friends and family members. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up. Artfully Blind with Diana is a gold member, so I already had her channel on the wheel today. But as well, she gets that guaranteed feature that I talk about all the time, like those slides that we have at the beginning, middle, and end of the live stream. And then as well, her link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so, as we see over and over and over again. And then, thank you, Mark McEwen. I appreciate the kind words. And thank you, everybody, for the positivity in the chat. I always appreciate that. The Adventures of Andrew and Ree is coming up right now. They happen to be members as well. Let's get them up onto the screen and see what they've got going on for us today. I will soon add some names from the list onto the wheel, and we'll get some more channels coming up. The Adventures of Andrew and Ree have been with us for quite some time now. They got 3,630 or so subscribers right this second. We want to push them a little bit farther towards the 3,700 that they're thinking about. And again, any creators over 3,000, you know, in our community, I'd like to say there's much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because they're doing just great. Let's refresh our list and see what I'm going to do about adding some more names. Let's get Scratch and PPA on here. I knew I was confused the other day when I was talking about Scratch and PPA's video series and the times. It's always at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, always on Tuesday. And then, if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, then please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, then please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually. Cabaret Gaming, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up, I really do appreciate it. It really does help the stream. I know if you're on a phone, you have to turn the chat off to do it, but you don't lose your place. It's very quick, and it really does help. Like I said many times, even I have to be reminded to give a thumbs up when I'm on the phone sometimes. Teresa Starship, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I'm just looking for a couple more names to add to our wheel and fill it up a little bit. We're going to get the How To Lady on there. If I can copy and paste properly. We are going to get Khalid Delicious Food and Deborah Finney Spirit Orbs on there. And I think Black Girl TT is still with us as well. And then I'll get some more in a little while. Let's spin and we'll see who's coming up next. Convoltic, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Did you change your avatar? Forgive me, maybe you did before and I didn't mention it, or I'm forgetting already. Mr. Lion Gaming. So I add people to the list to the wheel based on how long they've been here and how much they're interacting with everybody, and I have a robot that keeps track. So when I look through the list and I look for Mr. Lion Gaming, I know you've been here for a while, but you may not be connecting with many creators because you're way down on the list. So it's probably going to be another like 45 minutes to an hour before I get your name on there, unless you are connecting with people and you start to move up the list. Jewel in the Kitchen, good to see you here. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I think I saw another channel come in. Oh, Exploring with Shirley Lynch. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome today. And I always say we have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's here to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So I think I just spun the wheel and hit Mum Joy and made a mistake and hit the wheel again. So Scratch and PPA will be the next channel that we look at, but right now we're looking at Mum Joy. This is a relatively new creator to Tuber Chat, just found us over the last month or so, and thank you, Real Ralph and Mechaboo. That's our featured channel for today. So we're lucky to have them here because they happen to be working and managed to catch us just in the middle of the day. But hopefully we'll see them again soon. I'm sure we will. Hopefully everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. We feature a different channel on Tuber Chat every single day based on impact and generosity, or both, that we see within the community. And for that reason, they were featured today. Emotion is in the house. Good to see you here. So Mum Joy, we don't know how many subscribers she has right now, but that's okay. We just want to push her towards the next milestone that she's looking towards. We all know what it's like to hit milestones of different kinds, whether you're on your very first subscriber, first 10, first 50, first 100, or first 1,000, or beyond that. So we always want to push each other. If anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If you have the ability to share the stream out, whether it's on your community tab or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, I will appreciate that as well. It really does help the stream. One of the things that you can be mindful of, and the reason why you'll hear hosts of live streams mention sharing so much, it's an unsaid thing, but one of the best things that you can do for the algorithm is start a session. That's what it's called, starting a session. And what that means is taking somebody who wasn't watching YouTube right that minute and getting them onto YouTube for any amount of time. The longer they stay, the better. But starting a session is the gold. It's the #1 thing you can do for the algorithm. So when people share your video, particularly on other social networks like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Snapchat, TikTok, Pinterest, and all the others, and they get somebody who wasn't already watching to start watching with your video, my goodness, is that ever gold. So that's why we push it so much. So it really does help the stream. If you have the ability, I'll appreciate it. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz is on the way to the dentist right now to have a tooth pulled. That is no fun, but you will be fine, I'm sure, with a little bit of rest afterwards. And our prayers will be with you, my dear friend. I'd love to tell you have fun, but I don't know how fun that is. I know everybody, most people hate going to the dentist. I love going to the dentist. You know, even when I've had to have horrible work done, I'm just so happy to have things fixed and have things clean and healthy and well. So because everybody chooses to not enjoy going to the dentist, I choose to enjoy going. I'm actually overdue now. I should make an appointment very, very quickly and get over there. Thank you, Mr. Fulton Mraz, for the share. They always share for us. We're looking at Scratch and Pete PA. I did spin the wheel, and I think I just ripped off somebody's chance to, why can't I remember who it came up with? I'm gonna have to do it again. I lost that one. I spun too early. So we're looking at Scratch and Pete PA, and you can see they've got their premiere ready to go for this Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. And so Scratch and Pete PA is always here as a dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators on all of YouTube. Most of you know that. He's probably a moderator in most of your channels. For those of you who've already connected with him, he's a moderator on lots and lots and lots of channels and has built an incredible name for himself. In Rachel's place, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And Shards of Gaming, it's great to have you back in the chat as well. And then Michael Preston, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in, brand new to YouTube. But hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat here. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I'm just going to ask you again, just please have a look at our video description, because it describes exactly what we do here, how everybody here is here to help everybody else. And then hopefully that's something you want for your channel. And then you can get to the races, meeting new friends here in Tuber Chat. Scratch and PPA has an interactive video series that comes out every Tuesday. And like I said, his premiere for this week is already set, ready to go. You can get that reminder going already. I've already set mine. As well as you have a chance to vote on the content of the next week's video if you, first of all, subscribe to Scratch and PPA here on YouTube, but then follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You get opportunities to involve yourself in the content that comes up in the following video. So it's a very cool interactive series and a unique idea. Oh dear, John H. Shelton. Hopefully you're doing resting and doing the things you need to take care of that. Emotion is coming up right now. Let's get to Emotion New Soul R&B. Because again, this is a channel with an extremely popular word for their name. I type in New Soul R&B when I look for this channel. It is a music channel. And then he comes up right away. You want to make sure you're matching the avatar anytime you're looking for any channel to make sure you've got the right one. Sometimes channels have similar names. 49 Cent Rage Hamilton. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Kay Clark sent you. Okay, thank you for that. I know you've been here before many times. I was mistaken, always thinking that you were living in kind of the next major city over for us, Hamilton, Ontario. But it's good to have you back in the chat either way. Hopefully you're going to meet some new friends and family members again today. And Mama McCrazy's and them, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. They're willing to swap playlists. If anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists, please just simply say so in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually. Of course. And thank you, Shards of Gaming, for the positivity in the chat. I really do appreciate that. And then Emotion, so is moving along with 321 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards maybe even 325 or 330 today and get them rolling on the road towards the 400 that we know that they're thinking about already. Emotion is an extremely loyal, dedicated, and generous supporter to Tuber Chat and has been for quite some time. So I'm going to start moving a little bit faster through channels right now. And I didn't take I didn't take Scratch and PPA off the wheel. So look at the luck. He's already been picked twice. Convoltic is willing to swap playlists. Forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat, like a question or a comment. If there was something you meant for me specifically to see, just please mention it again. I'll appreciate your patience. And if you don't mind putting 3 thumbs up at the beginning of your question or comment, that will help me hopefully see it a little bit earlier. I'll keep my eyes open and try to catch it the next time around. Here's Black Girl TT. And like I said, I think I caught her for the first time in a live stream just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, right there. And I'm happy to have been able to catch that. It's great when I see creators doing both videos and live streaming. It's not necessarily appropriate for every channel, of course, right? You have to make the right decision for yourself. But one thing to consider, if it fits your format and the theme of your content, if you do live streaming and videos, you're essentially reaching two audiences, because you have to remember that not everybody enjoys live streams, not everybody enjoys videos. Some people love only live streams and some people only love videos, but there are some people who love both. So you really do have the opportunity to reach a much wider audience by doing both. And then we can get into the talk about shorts content as well. Shorts videos reaches a third audience now, because YouTube went after the TikTok people when TikTok's future was uncertain for a brief period there. So it's a consideration, and it's a big decision to make. There's lots of ways to experiment with that and try things out. You can always use your community tab, if you have one over 1,000 subscribers, to ask your creators what they think they want to see from you. But ultimately, the decision will be yours, but it's something to consider. So Black Girl TT does a combination of both videos and live streaming, and I hope everybody will rally around them, push them a little bit farther. We don't know how many subscribers they have right this second, but that's okay. We just want to get them to the next milestone that they are looking for. And I am going to take a break just for a couple of minutes here, and we will be right back. I'm going to spin the wheel. Let's see who's going to be the next channel. I'll get it ready before we come back. Oh, okay. Yeah, John H. Shelton. Hopefully you're just doing what you can to take care. Deborah Finney Spirit Orbs will be the next channel that we look at. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, I did say we are going to look at Deborah Finney Spirit Orbs. And I did say I'd have it ready by the time we got back, so just barely in time. Deborah Finney Spirit Orbs is here with 117 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther, maybe even to 120 or so. Get her a little bit closer on the road to the 1,200, or so to the 200 that we know that she's thinking about. Hopefully, other than that, everybody's doing okay in the chat. Meeting new friends and family members. Spotless Com, thank you for coming in. I'm always great. Hopefully you are too. And Mark McEwen is loving Two Pineapples. Of course, they're our dear, dear friends where Mark McEwen comes to us from. And they have a very loyal and dedicated community around them. The Duffus Family channel, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. For that reason, we're going to make sure we look at your channel next. And thank you again. The Tyler Show, thanks for coming in. One of the things I want to mention, so a lot of times, earlier today in the live stream, I talked about the idea of when you see a new channel, it doesn't have to be new, it's just new to you, somebody you haven't seen before. You want to feel them out with a conversation first, or see how they're interacting with everybody else here in the chat to make sure that you can judge whether they're going to be a loyal and dedicated supporter before you connect with them, right? A lot of times what will happen is people who are here in Tuber Chat many times, who've been here for weeks or months, will not go to a new channel that they see right away, and with good reason, because you want to make sure you can judge, like I said, whether they might be a loyal and dedicated supporter before connecting. And Tuber Chat is open to everybody, of course, right? We don't age restrict the content. We don't, there's not really any other way to restrict it, but I try to open it up to everybody. I try to promote it in ways that will draw in the widest variety of audience, so that we can meet lots of different creators from lots of different niches all around the world with different themes and things like this. But you just want to be mindful that if you jump right on somebody that you haven't seen before, you might be connecting with somebody that's not quite on the same page with all of us yet. And then, of course, what we want to do is help everybody, guide everybody along, especially anybody that's like a newcomer to Tuber Chat or to what we're doing here, so that we can make the whole process better for everybody, the whole small YouTuber community, if we want to call it that. Thank you. Be Yourself with Jane. Good to see you here. Andy from Ace Flaw 1 is back in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I did say we're going to look at the Duffus Family channel. Thank you one more time for that super chat. For that reason, I'm going to put you up right now, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel afterward. Radical Productions, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. 49-cent Rage Hamilton, thank you so much for the positivity. And then Convoltic is looking for other gaming channels. There's always some here in Tuber Chat, but there's a lot of variety between a lot of different people. So one of the things I talk about sometimes, and not often enough, now that Tuber Chat's been here so long, not quite a year, but I follow thousands of creators, as you can imagine. And one of the things I like the best is the fact that 99% of the channels I follow have less than 10,000 subscribers. And I really enjoy the content that I find, because I am now following so many channels that I may not have otherwise followed, because I wouldn't have been searching for them, because I didn't know the themes even existed to even make a decision as to whether I wanted to. So that's something to be mindful of. Here in Tuber Chat, you're going to find many, many, many different themes, things we haven't even thought of or considered. But because we're here for relationships more than the content, you'll find yourself being supported by creators of many different niches, not just simply gaming, connecting with gaming, for instance. The Duffus Family channel has 526 subscribers, and hopefully we can push them a little bit farther, maybe even to 530 or so, get them moving on the road towards the 600 that they're thinking about. Do I have an idea of what the times are over Easter weekend upcoming? Yes. Likely, the live streams will be, I have to tell you, in Eastern time. Probably Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 4 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m., and Monday at noon, which is the same as today. So you'll have to do those conversions for yourself, and I will schedule them as quick as I can. I didn't get it done before today's live stream. I will try to get it done tonight, so they'll be ready for tomorrow morning, scheduled on our front page. For anybody that's brand new to Tuber Chat, hopefully you'll put our notification bell on so you don't miss any of our live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then as well, I try to schedule them several days in advance, so that anytime you want, you can look at the Tuber Chat front page and see when the live streams are coming up for the next weekend, so that you can plan if you need to. Pardon me for 1 second, and I will be right back, and we'll spin the wheel. All right, let's get to it. And then keep in mind as well, here in Tuber Chat, the best success is always found in giving much more than you expect to receive. So in reaching out to other creators for the purpose of supporting them, once you watch their video, give them a comment and a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. You can come back, let them know that you've done all that, and then they will do the same for you. So making the first move, supporting others, and then expecting to be supported in return is the best way here. If you are waiting for people to come to you, you may not find as many connections as you're hoping for. Big Chains Music, we don't do any links here. We do very, very, very few links here in Tuber Chat, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One of those reasons is because when somebody searches, finds, and clicks on a channel, it does wonders for them in the algorithm. You can imagine over a couple months' time, if a couple of hundred channels search for you, find you, and click on you, instead of just clicking on your link, it will really, really help in the algorithm. So we do very, very, very few links here. Puppet Short Films, good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. I think you were here briefly yesterday as well, or at one point over the weekend. Very good. Yeah, probably Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. I'll have to take your word for that, but you might be right. You probably are. Urbex Paranormal and More has 900 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther as well. They are officially now on the road to 1K. We just want to help them get that 900 locked in by getting a few more subscribers. Andy from AceFlaw1, I'm always good. Thank you for asking. Hopefully you're doing well also. And Urbex Paranormal and More happens to be a silver member, so they get that guaranteed feature that I talk about all the time with those slides we see at the beginning, middle, and end of the live stream. And then as well, they are here with us in the chat often, and I've been lucky to catch them on several live streams. Hopefully you will as well. Here's the How-To Lady coming up right now. And Scratch and PPA, thank you for reminding everybody to like and share if you haven't already. Those thumbs up really do help the stream. And if you can share the stream on your community tab, if you have one, or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, that does wonders for the algorithm, and I'll appreciate that as well. Andy, good to know that you're doing well. That's AceFlaw1. Andy has been connected to me for probably over a year now and has been with Tuber Chat from the very beginning. The How-To Lady. There's much to be learned from this creator, as I keep saying, as well as entertained and inspired by. She's a dynamic host and creator with 180 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther as well, towards 190 maybe, and a little bit closer on the road to the 200 we know she must be thinking about. And she's here with us pretty much every day in Tuber Chat, so a familiar channel to everybody. And then thank you so much, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. It's always great having you in the chat. That's an extremely loyal and dedicated supporter, not to mention a generous creator as well. Happens to be our stream boss right now, Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More, so thank you again for that. I'm going to move a little bit quicker now that we're in the second half of the live stream. We've got a raid to do in about 45 minutes or so. So I'll get as many channels as I can on in between now and then. We're going to look at Khalid Delicious Food right now with 2,050 subscribers. He's actually climbing pretty quick, right? He just hit the 2,000. So halfway now already on the road to 2,100. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther as well. He's got a couple of channels, but most often it's here as Khalid Delicious Food. And then it's time for me to add another couple of names to the wheel. So I'll go over to my list. Bautissimo is looking after everything for me again as usual. We'll look at John H. Shelton, All Things Miss Tanita, Mark McEwen, and then I will continue on shortly. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up right away. Like I said, we're going to move a little bit faster now in the second half of the live stream, just so that we can get as many channels as we can in the next 45 minutes. And I will double check that our raid is coming up. Antoinette at Fun is a new connection for Tuber Chat. This is a channel that only recently found us in the last couple of weeks, has already become a member. And we don't know how many subscribers they have right this second, but that's okay. We just want to push this channel a little bit farther towards the next milestone that they are looking for. We know that they're having a bit of a struggle with the purging that's been going on with YouTube aggressively for the last 6 months or so. So we want to do everything we can to support this channel. And one of the things we can do is leave a comment on their discussion tab. Even though I'm already subscribed and have the bell on, I'm going to do it anyway. Just to show you what this is if you haven't been leaving comments on people's discussion tabs. And hopefully your comments are better than mine. Better than mine. And hopefully you'll do a better job of typing than me as well. And there we go. So it's easy as that. That could be done for any channel under 1,000, but I typically do it for channels under 100 or anybody that we don't know the subscriber number for. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up here. Squeed Escape, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And then just be mindful as well, everybody here, you can probably meet over a 2-hour period anywhere from 8 to 10 new family members for your channel per hour. But any more than that, you know, meeting people more than one at a time may result in you losing those subscribers within the next day or two. We don't want that for anybody. So the best idea is to always be introducing yourself to people one by one. And if you move too quickly, YouTube will almost certainly take your subscribers away a couple of days from now. It's very frustrating for everybody. John H. Shelton is here, and this is an extremely generous creator who's here with us all the time, does a lot of sharing, particularly on Twitter, as well as a member of our Twitter list. Anybody that tweets or retweets for us gets added to that list automatically by me. And then as well, we put out Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter posts every single episode of Tuber Chat so that you can find those and just share those out if you want. If you have the ability to share, I'll appreciate it. And if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up today, those really do help the stream, so I'll appreciate that very, very much. So, as well, let's spin. John H. Shelton has 539 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther as well, over 540. A little bit closer on that road to the 600 that we know that he's thinking about. And then we're going to look at Just Vlogging Life. Rock Chick Beauty's in the house. I finally got a chance to catch her on a live stream. So many times she live streams and I just happened to be not able to catch it, but I caught her this morning. Rock Chick Beauty is our dear friend Oriane Lucy. She unfortunately had to start over not too long ago, but she's got a brand new channel and is already well on her way towards 200 subscribers. This is just vlogging life. She's been a gold member with Tuber Chat from, I think she's the first gold member, as a matter of fact. She's been with us for many, many months and as a member as well. And with 495 subscribers, I'm hoping we can push her to 500. She gets that guaranteed feature that I talk about with those slides we run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, as well as her link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so, as we have seen. MG Mahin... Oh, forgive me. I want to pronounce that right for you. MG Mahane, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody here is willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you will find yourself with as many friends and family members as you would like for the next 45 minutes or so. I've got to double check that our raid is ready to go. I'll look at that in another window here. I'm going to refresh a couple of things too while I'm at it. And we'll get back to spinning the wheel in another second here. Yeah, we're good to go, it looks like, in about 40 minutes. So, hopefully, other than that, everybody's doing okay. Oh, very good. Okay, yeah, I'd love to, I try to be mindful of that, just so that when you're here, I know you're here for the first time today, but if you enjoy yourself today, you might be back. And if that's the case, every time you're here, I'd love to be able to promote you and your channel a little bit better. As you, for those of you who are brand new to Tuber Chat, you'll see that as I tell stories about channels that come through the chat, and particularly the ones I put on the screen, we get an idea of the creators behind the channels, and you'll get an idea of the kind of loyal and dedicated supporters that we have here. Did I already put Deborah Finney Spirit Orbs up? Yes, I did. Okay. I forgot whether I did that already today. I forgot to take her off the wheel. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up here, and then I will actually get the Sweet Escape, who has just dropped a super chat on us. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that support. It is absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. I'm going to get Jewel in the kitchen because I already spun the wheel. I know she's on lunch, so we'll be able to catch her. She'll be able to catch us right now while she's up here. 1,830 or so subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther as well, towards the 1,900 that we know she's thinking about. But she's a dynamic host with a lot of delicious content, but a lot of variety on her channel as well. So there's lots to look forward to. House of X Entertainment Inc. says, let's grow, let's grow, let's grow, let's grow. And I agree. Absolutely. Yes. Glad you're playing with the custom emojis. It's going to be a while before we can add any more, but we've got a lot. Most of them are social media, and then as well we've got playlist for those of you who want to swap playlists, and Let's Grow, of course. Sweet Escape is the next channel that we're going to look at because of that super chat, so thank you one more time for that. And the Inspired Empowered Mama just walked in. So I'm going to get Sweet Escape up here right now, and then we will get back to spinning the wheel. I'll add some names. Jewel in the Kitchen happens to be a silver member, so she also gets that guaranteed feature that I keep talking about with the slides that we run at the beginning and middle of every live stream. Sweet Escape is right here with over 6,000 subscribers. My goodness. I thought I was familiar with your channel already, but maybe not. Maybe this is the first time that you're here and the first time we've run into each other. But that's okay. This is a new connection for Tuber Chat. So I do not watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'll take a 10-minute one. if I can find something. I notice you do a lot of live streaming, so most of your stuff is either much longer or much shorter than 10 minutes, but I'm sure I'll find something if I look. And I'll look for, here we go, 11 minutes here. Camping 2020, very cool. Let's add this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I will go through my watch later list in the next 24 hours. I'll watch your video in full. I'll give you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that camping video. I will give you a thumbs up, of course, and subscribe. And I will turn your notification bell on as I do for all creators. And then hopefully our connection will stick, and then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat now and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. We see that Sweet Escape is fully monetized, and like I said, with well over 6,000 subscribers, they've actually got about 6,670, so they will very soon be officially on the road to 7K, and we can push them towards the 6,700 that they're looking for right now. There's obviously much to be learned from this creator, as well as entertained and inspired by. Mark McEwen is coming up next. They come to us as a dear friend from Two Pineapples, a very loyal and dedicated supporter that I run into constantly over there, and now are moving with 17 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther and get them maybe even to 20 today. And they're actually doing a good job of posting. As we can see, they've got a couple of brand new videos just put up today. And then I will add some more names to the wheel in a moment. All right, let's see what we're going to do about adding some names. I'm refreshing my lists and seeing what Battissimo has to say over here. And in about 35 minutes, we will get into a very special raid, a special live stream with a dear friend of ours. Unmasked Lifestyle today has got something happening. All things Miss Tanita. Oh, you're already on the wheel. Yes, of course. Justin Mello's music and vlogs is probably still here with us. I'll double check. Convoltic, are you still here with us? I'm not sure, but we'll put it on and we'll see in a second. Gareth Lynch, Deserted, Placed in Scotland. And we saw Kitty Mom's Adventure Sparkles, Hope Chest. If they're still here. Now I gotta check if these channels are still here. Mark McEwen, my pleasure to have your channel up. Like I said, they are an extremely loyal and dedicated supporter. I run into them constantly, particularly over at Two Pineapples. But, you know, this is another thing that I mentioned. I've been mentioning it this weekend quite a bit. But you never know when you're going to meet the next creator that has a loyal and dedicated community around them that is going to bring you many more subscribers for your own channel as well, and become what I keep calling another leg of your community, right? You always have your community, and if you think about, let's say, your top 10 supporters, right? The people who are there watching the most videos, supporting you the most, giving you likes, hanging out in your live streams, things like that. You never know when the next one is going to come around. So while you're here in Tuber Chat, while you're connecting with people, it's just something to be mindful of, right? The next one could be right around the corner. And we see that when we're talking about these loyal and dedicated supporters. Teresa Starship. So in our video description, it talks about it. We don't talk about subscribing to each other's channels, because to simply do that without any intention of supporting each other is actually against YouTube's community guidelines. But because we're here for relationships, we just avoid that. But it makes us say a lot of silly things in the chat. So people might say, I'm visiting your house, or I'm baking you some cookies, or I want to dance with you, or other silly things. It just means somebody's been to your channel, watched a video, left a comment, that's the package. If somebody says, I've left a gift for you, or I've left a package at your house or something, it means there's a comment there that you can find in your YouTube studio. And then they have hopefully given you a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Now they're waiting for you to do the same thing. So when you visit somebody's channel, watch a video, leave a comment, give a thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, you come back and let them know something along the lines of, I've been to your house, left you a package or a gift, or any of these other silly things that we say. So I know it's kind of overwhelming when you're here with Tuber Chat only for the first few times or whatever, but after a little while you get a little bit used to it and you'll find yourself moving even faster with new friends and family members. We just want to make sure the connection is solid by leaving long videos and giving long, meaningful comments as well. It's very, very important that everybody follows the procedure so we don't lose our subscribers afterwards. And then thank you, Teresa Starship. Yeah, it's my pleasure. If anybody has questions or comments that you mean specifically for me to see, just please mention them with a 3 thumbs up at the beginning of the message. If I've missed anything that you've asked or mentioned already, just please be patient with me. I tend to fall behind in the chat, but I'll appreciate your patience. If you mention it again, I'll try to catch it the next time around. Convoltic has been with us for a while, and I wonder now, have you changed your banner and your avatar? I wonder about that. And forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if Convoltic is still in the chat with us. I'm going to have to double check here. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's get to Justin Mello. Did I spin already? I don't know if I spun. I'll spin right now. Saucy Nate, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. This is Mr. Fulton Mraz, an extremely generous creator. I've been connected to them for well over a year. They've been with Tuber Chat from the very beginning, one of the first channels to ever be featured on Tuber Chat. They have over 1,900 subscribers. He's actually out today at the dentist having some work done, so that's not going to be the most fun day for him, but our prayers are with him. I'm sure he'll be fine after a little bit of rest, and then he'll be back in 100% by the time we get back next weekend. Convoltic, good job on that avatar and banner, by the way. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz is a generous creator who always shares for us. Always, always, always. So we appreciate that greatly, and everybody in the chat will be wishing him well while he gets that dental work done. And then, like I said, he'll be back next week with us. TWTTV, thank you for coming in. That's a recently featured channel from Tuber Chat. They also have another channel called Lil Red and Bunny Tracks, and are often in the chat here with us with that channel as well. They're a dynamic couple of creators. This is Sparkle's Hope Chest, who has been with us recently several times here in Tuber Chat, has got the Featured Channels collaboration going on already, where they've got our dear friend Kitty Mom Adventures and Tuber Chat Featured. When you feature channels on your front page like this, you're saying to the YouTube algorithm and to your audience that these channels are worthy of being featured by you. And then when some of those channels hopefully feature you in return, they are saying to their audience and the YouTube algorithm that your channel is worthy of being featured by them. So you can imagine the impact that that has both on your audiences and on the YouTube algorithm. So I recommend it for anybody that's willing to do it. If you have featured Tuber Chat on your front page, please make sure that I know so that I can return the favor, because I absolutely do that and will be happy to. Puppet for Short Films is coming up along with Miss Brown's family, Andy from Ace Flaw 1 again, Teresa Starship, let's get you up here, the Inspired Empowered Mama, and oh my goodness, I'm having trouble copying and pasting. You can't see that because I'm doing it in another window. I like to complain to the computer as if it's listening. We know it's listening. We know Google and Facebook and everybody are always listening. And we'll get another couple of names on there in a minute after we get through a couple more. I'm moving a little bit faster because we're in the second half of the live stream, and we've got a special raid to do in a little bit less than half an hour now with our dear friend Unmasked Lifestyle. So let's look at Teresa Starship right now. This is a relatively new connection for Tuber Chat. She's been here a couple times already. Hopefully is meeting lots of friends and family members. And with 185 subscribers, I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther, maybe even towards 190 or so. And 200 will be right around the corner for her. And I've got to get to know this channel a little bit better, but as time goes on, I'm sure that I will. That's one of the things I enjoy the most about putting channels on the screen. Eventually, I get to know the channels a little bit better, and hopefully the creators behind the channels. Anybody can reach out to me anytime, particularly on Instagram. It's the network on which I'm most active, but as well on Facebook and Twitter. And I'm always happy to talk YouTube, whether it's a question you have that you think I can answer, or if you have information that you want to share throughout the community, I'm happy to do that as well. Radical Productions, I should have you on the wheel as well. TWT TV, and then we'll continue afterward. Tiffany Wear T-shirts. And let's spin. We'll get another channel up here. TWT TV, look at your luck. As soon as I put you on the wheel, it comes right up. So pardon me for 1 second. When I come back, we'll look at TWT TV. April Jones, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you will find in our video description, you will find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Saucy Nate, I'll get you onto the wheel shortly. It usually runs by a robot that I have here called Bottissimo. It keeps track in the chat of how active everybody is. It's not just about how long you're here, but the combination of how long you're here and how much you're interacting with everybody has everybody ranked on that list. And when I need names for the wheel, I reach over there and put them on in order, but you'll be next up. So let's spin. This is TWT TV, and I just want to show you, where's their other channel? Here it is. Lil Red and Bunny Tracks is another channel that's here with Tuber Chat often in the chat, and they have both been featured. Both of those channels have been featured in 2021, and they're here with us all the time. So if you haven't already connected with them, I hope you will on both channels, as a matter of fact. TWT TV is a little more variety, and then Lil Red and Bunny Tracks is a music channel done by the creators behind TWT TV. Let's spin. We'll get another channel up here. I think I might have just messed up Andy from AceFlaw1's chance to be on the screen, but I can't be sure. I think I'm moving too fast today, because we're thinking about the raid that we've got to do in 25 minutes or so. So we've still got a little while here. And when we are done with Tuber Chat today, I will, as I always do, leave the stream running for a few minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections in the chat, and we'll be able to continue connecting in Unmasked Lifestyles live stream right after. Miss Brown's family with 85 subscribers, I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. We know that the road to the first 100 is the hardest part of the struggle because of YouTube's purging over the last little while. Two Pineapples is in the house. They've got the music going for us while our wheel spins. They're our dear friends, and Mr. Fulton Mirage, you're at the dentist right now. There you go. That's interesting. Be Yourself with Jane. Let's get you on here as well. And Saucy Nate. Oh, I'm pronouncing that wrong, or spelling it wrong. There we go. Miss Brown's family, we want to do everything we can to support channels while we're connecting, but for anybody under 100, one of the extra things you can do is leave a comment on their discussion tab. That gives the algorithm a little bit of an extra nudge to say you wanted to connect with them. Glad to have found your channel. Hopefully you'll do a better job than me when you leave comments like this. My goodness. Okay, there we go. That's something that you can do for anybody under 1,000, as a matter of fact, but I typically do it for channels under 100. I'm going to have to start rifling through channels now on the screen because we have got, like I said, that live stream to do right in about a little bit less than half an hour. Be Yourself with Jane is coming up right now. This is another friend of ours who I met through Kitty Mom Adventures, which was Kitty Mom Crochet. And I did an interview with her just about a week and a half ago. That's featured on our front page. We were joined by Froggy Went to Knitting, Be Yourself with Jane, and Mr. Naz TV for a 4-hour conversation about YouTube, talking about tips, tricks, trolls, and all kinds of other stuff. So you can enjoy that. It's on our front page. You can find it on Kitty Mom's Adventures, and you can follow Be Yourself with Jane, who's a new friend to us. We don't know how many subscribers she has right this second, but that's okay. We just want to push her a little bit farther towards the next milestone that she is working towards. We all know what it's like to hit different milestones of different kinds. Tiffany wears t-shirts. You know what? I would probably type at about 150 words a minute if it wasn't for all the mistakes. And when I went in high school in grade 9, I took a typing class, but that was the only one I ever took. So I have basic form when it comes to typing, but I typically type with only a few fingers. So I make a lot of mistakes. I'm very fast, but you see me, even when I do it here, I'm trying to be as fast as I can, and I have to go back. I make lots of spelling mistakes, deleting things, and everything else. So I should probably just tone it down a little bit, and I'd actually do better. So it's a thought. And then let's spin. We'll get another channel up here. And Mark McEwen, yes, love Two Pineapples. They are dear, dear friends to Tuber Chat. That's another creator who I speak to regularly now, usually once a week on the phone. And we talk about the things we've learned. They've got exciting things going on their channel, including 24-hour live streams, sometimes more than one. They stream on location and drop videos regularly. They live in Hawaii, so they've got a lot of gorgeous content for everybody to see. The Inspired Empowered Mama. Did I put you on the wheel today? I don't think so. But we've got you on there now, hopefully. So Canadian, yes, absolutely. Why? What do they even call that outside of Canada? I wouldn't even know if anybody doesn't call it that. That's what we call it. Radical Productions has a lot of community involvement on their channel. For that reason, they're experiencing rapid growth with 4,600 subscribers. There's obviously much to be learned from these creators, as well as entertained and inspired by. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. Tammy Beauty Tutorials, thank you for coming in. I thought you'd been here before, but our robot is welcoming you, but it's great to have you here. And hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody here is willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I'm hoping we can push Radical Productions a little bit farther, get them moving a little bit farther on the road to the 4,700 that we know that they're thinking about. We're going to look at puppet short films now, and I will get another couple of names onto the wheel, but like I said, we're moving very quickly because we've got a raid to do in another 20 minutes or so. Puppet Short Films has 558 subscribers. This is a channel that's been back with us several times on Tuber Chat, occasionally, and people are always drawn to this. So we heard great things about this channel right away as soon as they entered the Tuber Chat community. So I'm hoping everybody will connect with them if you haven't already. With 558 subscribers, we can get them over 560 today for sure, and probably a little bit farther. Towards the 600 that they're thinking about. Yes, Fanatic Guide, I'll get you onto the wheel anyway. And we will get Big Chain's music. And let's spin. Like I said, we're moving very quickly now, but we'll do what we can to get as many channels on today as we can. Fanatic Guide, look at that. You're actually coming up right away. What luck you have. As soon as I put you on the wheel, it comes right up. 2,000 and 2,120 as a matter of fact subscribers or so, and we're hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther as well. They are on the road to 2,200. Maybe we can get them a little bit farther. This is a channel I've got to get to know a little bit better, but we see a lot of gaming content there, and oh, even some not just gaming content, but I see some how-to videos for getting the like, you know, your Xbox working in different ways. Note 10 PES into a Note Note S10 into a Note 8. Very cool for fusion stuff. So you got a bit of variety on that channel as well. So I look forward to getting to know channels better as they come back to Tuber Chat and we put them up on the screen and I catch up on videos and live streams and everything else. Two Pineapples, again, keeping the music going for us. And then thank you, Tiffany wears t-shirts. Hopefully everybody hasn't given the, or hasn't forgotten to give the thumbs up on the way in. I will appreciate that. It really does help the stream. Oh, my mistake, Tammy Beauty Tutorials. Your first time in a Tuber Chat live stream. So like I said, hopefully you're feeling welcome, but I have caught Tammy Beauty Tutorials outside. So, yeah, 9th grade. That makes sense. Yes, I should know that. That's interesting. I didn't even realize that slight cultural difference. It's funny now that all of us, you know, have YouTube channels and are meeting people from around the world. We find ourselves finding these little cultural differences between each other, and most of them are very minor, but it's interesting either way. Tiffany wears t-shirts actually enjoyed a challenge the other day eating balut, those preserved duck eggs that I can't even imagine ever trying for myself, but is something that's regular in other societies. Saucy Nate is a brand new connection for Tuber Chat, so hopefully everybody will rally around them and give them a warm welcome. I do not watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, so what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos, add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list in the next 24 hours. I will watch your video in full, and I will give you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that prank video. I will give you a thumbs up, of course, subscribe and turn your notification bell on, and hopefully that will make our connection stick, and then hopefully you're connected to Tuber Chat as well and you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And my goodness, are we ever busy today, because I keep going through the wheel and I keep finding more names to add. Cabarar Gaming is on there now. The Inspired Empowered Mama is coming up, and Saucy Nate, hopefully we can get you very close to the 300 subscribers that you're looking for today. The Inspired Empowered Mama has 167. I'm hoping we can push her over 170 or so, get her a little bit closer to the 200 we know she's thinking about. And Be Yourself with Jane asks about giveaways. So giveaways are something that can be a great thing to reward your subscribers and your audience. I have not done any, so keep in mind that I'm coming from a place of very little experience when it comes to giveaways. So I consider it. It's something I may add in the future, but you have to be mindful. One of the things I have heard from other creators is that there will be some people who will come around just for the giveaway. And that's okay. You have to decide how to do that and what your parameters are going to be as far as whether it's for subscribers, members, viewers, or how you're going to do it. But it can be something that can be very rewarding for your audience. So I don't really have an opinion myself, and forgive me for that. It's just none of the channels that I run have done giveaways yet. I did one very small one for 1,000 subscribers, and that's it. But it wasn't anything that I made a very big deal about or anything like that. I consider it with Tuber Chat now that there's merchandise available. Maybe I can do something with that. I'll consider it when we get around to the 3,000 subscribers, and then maybe do something special. But that's just a thought, not a guarantee. The Inspired Empowered Mama, hopefully everybody will connect with her if you haven't already. I just remember so vividly. But that the duck eggs happen to be something that is involved with a friend of mine that I talk to all the time, because it's a conversation that just comes up in a lot of the live streams that they engage with. Just conversation. Where's Cabarar Gaming? Oh, I'm sorry, I misspelled it. That's why. Cabarar is 2 B's, 1 R in the middle there. Here we go. They've been here many times before. I just misspelled it. So, Cabarar Gaming has 1,130 or so subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther, maybe even to 1,140 or so, a little bit closer on the road towards the 1,200 that we know they're thinking about. And here's a couple of games that I'm very familiar with. I tell people all the time in my late teens and early 20s, I forget when Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City came out, but I wasn't playing a lot of video games at the time. I don't know why I don't have your bell on, but I've got your bell on now. And friend of mine was telling me I have to see Grand Theft Auto because I won't believe how amazing this video game is. And I said, I've got no time for video games. I don't play them, right? At the time. This is around 20, 21, 22 years old, something like that. Anyway, so one day I went to his house. We were going somewhere and I had to wait for him. So he says, here, play Grand Theft Auto for a few minutes. Let me just show you. So I sat there and I played it. The next day I went out, bought a PlayStation 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and I can't begin to tell you how much money I have given Rockstar and Microsoft between the Xboxes and the special editions of Grand Theft Auto. I have, I've even twice bought double copies of stuff. It's unbelievable. There's Mr. Naz right there. We were talking about Mr. Naz earlier, who joined me on a live stream with Kitty Mom Adventures about a week and a half ago with Be Yourself with Jane and Froggy Went to Knitting. We had a 4-hour conversation about YouTube. So, Ace Flaw 1, Andy, is coming up right now. This is another creator I've been connected to for over a year. He's been with Tuber Chat from the very beginning and was with me on my personal channel when I was doing some Playlist Buddies experiments as we were getting ready for Tuber Chat to come around and begin live streaming. So Andy Ace Flaw 1's been there since the beginning. With 3,220 or so subscribers, he's starting to experience some serious rapid growth as well. So hopefully everybody will rally around him. He's always here with us in Tuber Chat lately again, and we'd love to push him a little bit farther on the road towards the 2,300 that we know he's moving. Oh, there you go. Tiffany wears t-shirts, loves Red Dead Redemption 2. All right, well, in the spirit of fighting, I will tell you it's not as good as Grand Theft Auto, but that's that's obvious. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is unbelievable because I believe they use the same engine. They make their, for those of you who know anything about programming, they use the same engine which they built. It's proprietary, their own thing. But my goodness, are these video games ever realistic? And Red Dead Redemption 2 is something like Grand Theft Auto, but done in the Wild West. And it's incredible what they can do. They've got realistic, horses and the old weapons and things that they used to use for this video game and stuff like that. Very interesting to see, that's for sure. I haven't played a lot of Red Dead Redemption yet, so I should probably keep my opinion a little less forward. But Grand Theft Auto is just so unbelievably great to me. It's basically the only game I play. When I used to refer to it, I'd refer to it as the only game that matters. I've thought about starting a gaming channel called The Only Game That Matters that would be Grand Theft Auto related, but I don't play enough to be able to hold up an entire channel over that. Big Chains Music, I hope you're still here, and I hope I'm spelling your name right. Doom I didn't play a lot of. Tetris I still love to this day. Bautissimo is welcoming Suris. Good to see you here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, unless it's Suri, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Let me see if I can find... okay, I'm gonna skip actually. I'll go to another channel, and if Big Change Music is still here, we'll go to them afterwards. I just stumbled looking for their channel. Here's Tiffany Wears T-shirts coming up now. I didn't catch the channel right away because I misspelled it, but we'll see. If they're still here, we'll get it up. Oh, Suris. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Oh, Jack Dawson's back in the house with more generosity. Thank you so much for another super chat, Jack Dawson. Thank you for that. This is an extremely generous creator and a dynamic host. And we see Jack Dawson with us all the time. He happens to be a member. He's also willing to swap playlists. So if anybody in the house is willing to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, then I hope you'll say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Jack Dawson's knocked a little bit more life off of our stream boss for today, and Tiffany Wears T-shirts is here. She's not a gaming channel. We just happen to be talking about the video games for a quick second there. If anybody hasn't given a thumbs up, I will really appreciate it. It really does help the stream. So thank you. Yes, the Wheel of Doom. Mr. Naz dubbed our wheel the Wheel of Doom many, many months ago, and that name has stuck forever. So... Suris is asking, how do channels get on the wheel? I have a robot called Bautissimo, which welcomed you when you came in. And what it also does is it keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat. Not just how long you're here, but how much you interact with everybody. And then when I need names for the wheel, when we get a little bit low, I reach over to the list and I add a few. They are put in order of activity, as you can imagine. I'm just going to drop a... link here in another moment. We're going to do a Tuber Chat raid. If everybody doesn't mind hitting that link and mentioning Tuber Chat raid when you go over there. We're going to continue here for a short while longer. We're not like right up against the clock. We have to get over there, but no, it's fun that it's called the Wheel of Doom. Tiffany Wears T-shirts has 1,660 or so subscribers. We just want to push her a little bit farther towards the 1,700 that we know she's thinking about right now. She's a dynamic host with an unbelievably loyal and dedicated community around her. And you'll find that when you get to her channel. Gareth Lynch, Deserted, placed in Scotland. Oh, and Radical Productions. I'm sorry, I missed the... I didn't have the wheel set up properly there, but that's okay. I'm not sure if this channel's still with us, so I'll just get over it quickly. This is a new connection for Tuber Chat. They've been with us before, but this must be the first time that we've got them on the screen. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I'm going to get one of their latest videos. If I can find something over 10 minutes, this 11-minute one here, I will add it into my watch later list. And what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list in the next 24 hours. I will watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give a thumbs up, of course. I'll subscribe, turn the notification bell on as well. And hopefully that will make our connection stick. And then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat as well and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Two Pineapples is coming up right now. These are dear friends of Tuber Chat. This is a dynamic couple of creators, and they've got a lot of exciting things going on their channel. One of the things that I like to talk about is the fact that they do a lot of experimentation and are experiencing rapid growth, but they share their information throughout the community so that we can all learn and get a little bit better as well, and I appreciate that. So what you'll see is that they've got a 24-hour live stream going right now. Sometimes they have two 24-hour live streams going, as well as they go live on location, and then as well they do a great job of posting videos regularly as well. They live in Hawaii, so they've got a lot of gorgeous content on their channel to see, but they are, like I said, a dynamic couple of hosts, so you'll have a good time hanging out with them, whether you're watching videos or hanging out in one of the live streams. Either way, so I hope that you'll connect with them. With 1,570 subscribers, they are experiencing probably the fastest growth of any channel that we've seen in the Tuber Chat community, or pretty close to it. So there's obviously much to be learned from these creators, as well as inspired by and entertained by. And other than that, hopefully everybody's doing okay, meeting new friends and family members. Tiffany wears t-shirts. I'm glad that you're thinking much farther along at 30,000 subscribers. You know, I'll tell you something right now. I believe that every creator that wants to can have 10,000 subscribers, and fairly easily, to be honest with you. I'm not saying fast, I'm just saying I think that everybody can. I really do believe that. 100,000 is a little bit of a different story, only because that can take a few years, and we don't know what the world is going to look like 2 years or 3 years from now, or even YouTube, because they change things so often. But I think absolutely. So I'm glad for anybody that's got their sights set much higher, like whether it's 30,000 or 100,000 or even 10,000 or 5,000 or even 500. Goal setting can be great, and setting goals that you can achieve along the way are very helpful, you know, as well. So it's something to think about. I'm not a goal setting expert, but hopefully everybody finds the right things for them when it comes to that kind of thing, so that you can feel motivated and keep pushing forward. And Two Pineapples has actually recently done something we were talking about earlier. I was saying, you know, on your older videos, it was a question that was asked in the chat, should you go back and add hashtags and things to older videos? So absolutely yes, you should refresh your older videos if they have any potential of more growth. And then, oh, we looked at Radical Productions. I forgot to take them off the wheel. That was my mistake. Two Pineapples has recently updated their avatar and their banner. I have never updated my banner since I started my channel, not my personal one, and Tuber Chat barely. We changed it for Christmas and then changed it back. But you can refresh all that stuff, and it really does help. And it shows movement on your channel, right? For somebody who maybe hasn't been there in a little while. So here's Big Chain's music. I missed that channel earlier because I didn't spell it properly with the apostrophe there, but that's okay. They've got over 100 subscribers. I'm not sure if they're still in the chat with us, so I'll connect with this quickly and we'll move on, and I will get to another couple of channels. Forgive me. Let's get 3 of their videos because they don't have anything 10 minutes long, and I've added those all into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list in the next 24 hours. I will watch all 3 of those videos in full. I will leave meaningful, genuine comments for them on at least one of them. I will give a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so that our connection will hopefully stick. And then hopefully they will be subscribed to Tuber Chat as well, so that they will catch our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Suris, what we're talking about when we say we left a package at your house and stuff like that, we don't talk about subscribing to each other's channels, because to simply do that with nothing else is against YouTube's community guidelines. What we're here for is to find friends and build relationships so that you can have loyal and dedicated supporters over the long term for your channel. Everybody here will be expecting to subscribe to your channel after you subscribe to theirs, but occasionally you might find somebody reaching out to you first. If that's the case, they might say they're dancing with you, baking with you, visiting your house, or some other silly things, and then if somebody mentions they've left a package for you, what they mean is they've been to your channel, watched a video, left a comment, that's the package, and then they have given a thumbs up, subscribed, turned the notification bell on, and now are waiting for you to do the same thing. April Jones. Where was the other channel that I wanted to get added in here? Oh, I hope they haven't left. Fanatic Guide's been up, right? Oh, Mr. Naz TV. You asked me not to put you on the wheel last time. Let me know if you want to go up. And then, okay, let's spin. If there's anybody still in the chat that I've missed, just let me know. Or just, you know, keep active in the chat. I'll get to your channel before we go. I do have a raid for us to do. I've already put the link pinned to the chat. I'll drop it again when we're done, but we've got a few more channels. We're not in a rush. We'll probably be done in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so. April Jones. Oh, I got to see if I can find your channel. April Jones is a very popular name. It's going to take me a second to get to that. Oh, and thank you, the How-To Lady. Yes, we're going to see our dear friend Unmasked Lifestyle, who has got a celebration of life live stream going on. She recently lost her mother and was, you know, she wasn't posting and stuff. She wasn't active for about a month, but she's back in action. She posted a video the other day and then now has this live stream today. So with April Jones, I hope everybody is matching the avatar, making sure you've got the right channel, because that's an extremely popular name, right? Even I'm having trouble finding it right this second. I was hoping my go-to channel extension would give me a bit of a break here, but not quite. April Jones, is there something we can search, like a particular video of yours, that will help your channel come up easier if we can't find it very easily right away? We've got to match the avatar while we're looking for April Jones, because there's going to be a lot of channels with that name, as we can see here. A lot of channels. I wonder. Okay, I'll rely on April Jones to let me know if there's some way I can catch her channel. See, when you have a channel, especially with a popular name or popular words in their name, and they're tough to find, you're doing them a world of justice by finding them, searching, finding, and clicking on them, as you can imagine. And as time goes on, they will get up. No, yeah, sorry, Cirrus, it's a different... It's a little bit different. It's not unmasked like that. It's something else. It sounds similar. I'll show you when we get over there. This is Cirrus. Is this the... This can't be... Is this the right channel? No, it's not. Is it? You have 35,000 subscribers. My goodness. Thank you for coming in. Most of the channels that come to Tuber Chat have less than 10,000, but it certainly can be beneficial to anybody. Like I keep saying, you never know when the next, you know, really heavy-hitting supporter, the next really loyal, dedicated person is going to come into your community. But thank you for being here. So this is obviously a channel that's just doing spectacularly with 35,000, almost 36,000 subscribers, fully monetized, but it's a new connection for Tuber Chat. So what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'll take this 10-minute one here and add it into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list in the... Oh, yes, April Jones. Good work, Mark McEwen. I didn't see that. I will take your video, add it into my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full in the next 24 hours. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment on the content of this video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on as well. And so what I will do is hopefully have our connection stick based on that, and then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat as well now, so that you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. I'm looking forward to checking your channel out. When we see a channel especially that has so many subscribers as what we're looking at right here with almost 36,000, there's obviously much to be learned from this creator, as well as inspired by and entertained by. So personally, I'm looking forward to checking it out. And look at that, when we type it properly, April Jones comes up right away. So thank you one more time, Mark McEwen, for mentioning that. Let's take her latest video, add it into our watch later list. Same thing, I don't watch videos while I live stream, but in the next 24 hours, I'll watch your video through my watch later list. I will give you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of this lottery ticket video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and I will hopefully have our connection stick based on that, and then hopefully you're subscribed to Tuber Chat as well, and you have our notification bell on so you don't miss our further live streams. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but the times change so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Since you have 72 subscribers, we know you're on the road to the first 100. I'm going to leave a comment for you right now over here. We want to do everything we can to support creators while we're connecting, and for anybody under 100, this can help as well with the algorithm. Glad to have found your channel. There we go. And for fun, let's spin. I should look for another channel or two. I don't want to miss anybody today. We'll get one or two more happening. And Suris is saying they're also trying the SEO thing, misspelling the name in the tag, to see if that helps people stumble in. I actually caught yours right away. It came up right away when I put it in, because you're probably, that might be a popular word, but you're, you know, obviously the top of your game over there. So it's not surprising that you come up first in the search results. But anything's a consideration. And like I said, I'm looking forward to getting to know your channel. This is Justin Mello's Music and Vlogs. They just celebrated a birthday recently. They've got over 5,000 subscribers with 5,530 or so. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther on the road towards the 56 that we know that they're thinking about. And then, yeah, thank you very much, Cyrus, for that. Hopefully we'll get him moving on the road towards the 5,600 that we know he's thinking about. He's a very much loved and well-respected member of the small YouTuber community, as well as here in Tuber Chat. Let me just look through my list. 345 Berries in the house, and Wolfbane Explorations might be here. Ah, there you are. Yes. Here, let's put them on here for fun. We'll spin between those two, and we'll get to our raid that is coming up. So I'll leave this live stream running for another few minutes so that everybody can clean up their connections, but you'll be free to connect with people in the next live stream that we're going to. It's not a growth stream, so you want to keep in mind, not to mention the content it's a celebration of life for Unmasked Lifestyle's mother. So it's of a different tone, right? So if you're going to connect with anybody over there that you don't recognize, you definitely want to feel them out with a conversation first, and you know, just be respectful of the fact that not everybody's there for that. There will likely be a lot of people there based on the content of the live stream. So if you don't mind, hit that link that I'm just dropping now. It's pinned to the chat as well. Mention Tuber Chat Raid when you get over there. I'll appreciate it greatly. It's our dear, dear friend Unmasked Lifestyle, and we'll be happy to support her. Wolfsbane Explorations is here with 541 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther as well, towards 550 or so, get them rolling on the road towards 600. And your analytics say a lot of people come in from searching your name, and a few search it incorrectly by misspelling, so it could be worth a shot. That's a possibility. And then any misspellings that you see in the YouTube analytics, particularly on your reach tab, in the bottom right corner of the purple tab, you will find what YouTube is telling you people are searching for to find you. So you can add those as channel tags, and perhaps that will help. And that can be done for any video as well. So I always recommend everybody go over some of their older videos, even the best performing ones, and you can make some rejigs to your descriptions, titles, tags, and thumbnails sometimes to give new life to videos that have already done well. Purgatory Paranormal of New York, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators in the house. Everybody's willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. If you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions in our video description, you will likely be able to meet a new friend or two for your family on your channel right now. We just happen to be wrapping up our live stream for today, so I'm glad that you caught us, and forgive the short stay, but we're just on our way out. We've been on for over 2 hours now. We're always here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for sometime between 2 and 2.5 hours typically, so hopefully we will find you again coming into a Tuber Chat live stream. If you put our notification bell on, you won't miss our further live streams. This is 345 Barry. And thank you, the How To Lady. And again, if everybody just mentions Tuber Chat Raid when you get over to that live stream, I'll see you over there in a few minutes. 345 Barry has 176 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther as well towards the 180 that we know they're thinking about, a little bit closer to 200. And Purple Tube, thank you for coming in. Sorry you caught us right at the end of the live stream today, but like I said, we'll be back Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And it looks like other than that, we're doing okay. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. As we grow and follow more and more creators, it becomes harder and harder for all of us to support each other as much as we all might like. So I appreciate every moment that you spend here in Tuber Chat. So hopefully everybody will do what you can to be safe, stay well, and we will see you again next weekend. I'll be over with you all in Unmasked Lifestyles live stream for a Tuber Chat raid in just a few minutes.